Okay, so I found an article that is definitely in the running for just the most wrong article of all time, and the most out of touch article of all time. This is from Politico. It's titled "Endangered Democrats Sound the Alarm on Bernie and Warren." Oh my god! And this whole article is just about how nominating an actual progressive like Bernie or even Elizabeth Warren is how Democrats are going to lose to President Trump in 2020. And they, of course, base this on absolutely nothing except for just their feelings. This drives me so crazy. Let's read a little bit of this. A slate of endangered House Democrats are coalescing behind Joe Biden for president as the Iowa caucuses approach. A surge of support triggered by fears that Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren at the top of the ticket would cost them their seats. Oh my god. I'm looking at all the moderates in the race, said Representative Anthony Brindisi, Democrat from New York, who holds a GOP-leaning district in upstate New York. If we're going to campaign on issues like Medicare for all and free college for everybody, we're not going to have a winning message in 2020. Oh my god, I can't even read this without cringing. Warning that a self-described socialist like Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont, or liberal icon like Elizabeth Warren, could hurt their own chances in the fall and help re-elect President Donald Trump. The wrong person at the top of the ticket, and I'm not saying who that is. There would be down ballot carnage all across the country. I think that people are starting to recognize it, said Representative Cedric Richmond, a national co-chair of the... Oh my god, he's of the Biden campaign. Of course he is. And this is definitely the most just hilarious... Like, I struggle to, like, read this without cringing because, like, I think about, like... This is these people's job, is to report the news and report, like, the facts and, like, give you the information you need about politics. And this is what they come up with. Here, brace yourself. Unlike in 2016, when most Democrats rallied around Hillary Clinton, most have so far stayed on the sidelines of the party's primary fight, anxious of drawing battle lines that could further divide their district or attract a primary challenge from the left. Okay, so this is all nonsense. Every little part of this is wrong. It's just them. They see that Bernie Sanders is probably going to become the nominee at this point. He has the highest favorability. He's the most likely in almost every single metric, by however you measure it. But so the media is recognizing that, and this is their last chance. This is like their last attempt at desperately trying to pump everything they can out of Biden, Amy Klobuchar, and Pete Buttigieg, the centrists. So the whole point of this is just they're saying that, oh my god, White House members and House members and people in the Congress are worried that if we nominate somebody who's too far left, that it's going to be down ballot carnage. Nobody's going to want to vote for that person, and everybody's going to lose their seats. It's going to be, the Democrats are going to lose everything. Except the one problem with it is that it's literally based on nothing. They have nothing to back this up. They have absolutely no evidence that nominating somebody that's too far left can lose. They have no evidence. They say, it says, where does it say down here? It says, House Democrats in battleground districts are anxious for a moderate to lead the ballot in 2020, warning that a self-described socialist like Senator Bernie Sanders or liberal icon like Elizabeth Warren could hurt their own chances in the fall and help re-elect President Trump. Dude, they always forget that we just, in 2016, tried running a moderate against Donald Trump. She was the ultimate moderate. She was like the quintessential moderate. She was like the establishment's wet dream is what Hillary Clinton was. We already tried her. We ran her against Donald Trump, and she lost. She lost in the most embarrassing fashion humanly possible. And here they are, the same people that were wrong about the last election, coming out and trying to say, if we nominate somebody that's too far left, we're going to re-elect Trump. And they don't see it. They don't see that their way is proven to be wrong. It's so embarrassing. Like, these people are unserious people. They're unserious. This isn't news. This is not news. It's propaganda. Yeah, no, and then they're saying that more than a dozen swing state freshmen have taken part in at least one private call session with Biden, Amy Klobuchar, or Pete Buttigieg in recent weeks. A handful have already gravitated towards the former vice president, and more expected to follow before Democrats start voting on February 3rd, according to blah, 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 blah. So do you see what they're doing here? They're trying to say that, oh my god, the party insiders, the people, the like the geniuses, like the people that know how to, like, they know how to do this, like they know how to who can win and who can't. Like, they're Democratic experts. They're like election experts. They're all saying, oh, all of them are going to Biden because they're scared that nominating a socialist like Bernie is going to make them lose the election. But the problem is the people in Washington, D.C. have the least amount of, they have the least idea. They have no idea how to run a presidential campaign and how to win against Donald Trump. These are the people that were screaming from the fucking rooftops in 2016 that, oh my God, we need to nominate Hillary. Like, it's going to be a cakewalk. Like, they're like celebrating before the election even starts. I remember Tim Kaine was tweeting out like right before the election, oh my God, like now I can look at my daughter and tell her that that she can be president, like the first woman president, but the election hadn't even happened yet. So it was like, what are you doing? You're so arrogantly you're just arrogantly and just arrogantly entitled. Like, you think that you're just like, oh my God, like obviously we need to nominate a centrist. That's like how it is, and that's how you win. Even though they just lost, and under Obama and Nancy Pelosi's leadership, we lost 1,000 state legislator seats. We lost like governor's chairs and all that shit. We lost 1,000 seats, and Obama got nothing done. He started out with the House and the Senate in Democratic control with a supermajority, and then lost everything. By the time Trump got elected, it was all Republicans. They lost 1,000 seats all over the country. These people have no idea how to run campaigns. They know how to I have no idea how to win presidential elections. And here they are, just trying to pretend like they know how to do it and that, oh my God, we need to vote for Joe Biden. And then they think this is gonna like work, like convince people like, oh my God, like holy shit, we really, really need to get behind a centrist. Even though, like, it is working, I have to tell you, it's sad. It's really sad that this is working, because if the media just gave Bernie Sanders the coverage he deserves, like the fair coverage, I'm not even asking them to like praise him or anything, as they do somebody like Joe Biden or Amy Klobuchar. Just give him a fair chance. Just be like, hey, here are his numbers against Donald Trump. Here's why he could actually win this. Instead of just saying, oh my God, he has no chance, like blah, 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 too old, socialist, ew. And then they go over to, but Amy Klobuchar or, but Joe Biden. These people are serious candidates. They're the ones that they're the only ones that can actually bring in both liberals and conservatives. But what they don't understand is they can't even bring in their own base. They can't even actually bring in the people that are on the left. They just shit on people on the left because they don't support any of the left-wing priorities. They say, oh, we can't do Medicare for all. It's how are you gonna pay for it? But it's just, and they just don't realize that every other country has it, and that's just common sense at this point. Single payer healthcare, and then they say, how are you gonna pay for it? Oh, we can't do that. We can't have free college. We can't do a Green New Deal. We can't have a living wage. We can't do all these things. We're just basically just Republicans. So then you got the Democratic base going over here, going like what? Why would I vote for that person? They don't support any of the same shit that I support. Because the Democratic Party should be the party of young people, of working class people. It should be like a diverse party with everybody in. But right now it's dominated by the upper class, wealthier liberals. White liberals are basically what's deciding the vote right now. And you don't even have a lot of the young people. You don't even have a lot of the non-voters coming out because there's no reason for them to come out. Which is why nominating somebody like Bernie Sanders, you're going to bring out your own base. And if you look at polling data, Bernie Sanders, along with like Andrew Yang and Tulsi Gabbard, has the most crossover support between Democrats, left-wing people, conservatives, and moderates. He gets everybody. So they're just wrong about everything. And they're still trying to pretend like they're just so right and like, holy shit, like, it's just based on nothing. It's based on nothing. It's just lies. Like, it's just lies, just down ballot carnage. How ridiculous are these people? Down ballot carnage. What they just did was down ballot carnage. Obama left office. Guess what we get? Republican president, Republican Senate, Republican House. After Obama, who's supposedly like this great, like, oh my God, this savior of like, he like changed, he's like supposed to be this amazing president and stuff, but like, it was really like, it was kind of pathetic. Like, I'm just saying, like, Obama's crowning accomplishment was a right wing, industry approved healthcare plan that didn't even have a public option, left millions of people uncovered. I will give him credit. It did protect pre existing conditions and it did cover millions more people, but it didn't even give us healthcare for everybody when we're still an embarrassment to the industrialized world in terms of healthcare. We're spending twice as much as every other country we got, and private insurance companies ripping people off and giving them nothing in return. No health coverage. They just steal their money. Like the business model of an insurance company is basically just like a scam because you just have their incentive is to deny you as much coverage as humanly possible and take as much money from you as possible. Sorry, I'm going on a little bit of healthcare rant here. Whoa. But yeah, no. Obama went from supermajority House and Senate to absolutely nothing, losing 1,000 seats. And then these people are turning around trying to tell us how to win against Donald Trump. It's really, it's insulting and frankly, like, it's just embarrassing. It's really embarrassing that this is like the best the media can do. You know, like imagine how much smarter we would be if we actually had a media that educated us and how much further, whoa, imagine how much more advanced we'd be as a society if the media actually taught us what we needed to know and didn't try to just propagandize us all the time.